Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel. My name is Rich. The name of the channel is Rich the Return Writer. For all you folks that's here for the first time, thanks for tuning in. For all you folks that's return viewers, I appreciate you coming back. For all that subscribe to the channel, appreciate the support. For you folks that haven't yet subscribed, guys, hit that subscribe button so we can continue to bring you some of this content. So today, guys, we're going to be covering a couple of topics here and stuff that I thought was pretty informative. Received a comment here in the comment section from the UK. And I think there's some interesting points in there. But again, don't know where folks are watching these videos from. But I thank them for anyone that's tuning in and anyone that gives information. You know what I always say, folks. The magic happens in the comment section. But before we get this video started, first of all, we got Ruby. Ruby's in the background there. We're kind of doing some rewiring on Ruby. I watched a Cruiseman Garage video where he was actually talking about, number one, that fuse box, that isolation fuse box from Show Chrome. I think that's some awesome stuff. But he also talked about cleaning up the wire system on our bikes. Man, it's just ridiculous when you look at it. It is a rat mess. So yeah, so what we're doing there is we're rewiring Ruby. I thought about the technicians having to work on that fuel pump and having to try to move everything out the way. Just don't make sense. Don't even know if they'll be willing to do that. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're cleaning up the wires. We're color coding everything. And in doing that, guys, I was able to find a problem with the cruise control. Now, I believe it is coming from the brake modulator in the back. So for someone that comment on tips on fixing that cruise control in the comment section, also on that video, the problem was solved. The cruise control is working. I just came from Jacksonville from the dealership. Works beautifully. But anyway, we're going to finish cleaning that up there, make it nice and neat. So I just want to mention that again for the comment in the comment section. But anyway, let's go on, folks. So initially, I was told about this problem when I visit my local dealership. There was a young man there that was checking my tires and so forth. And what he did mention is that the bike was under a recall. I did my video on that. But he also said to me that as he scheduled me an appointment to come back and have everything checked out, that the next time I come back, he will not be there. He's moving on to do welding or something like that. He did schedule me an appointment for the next week. So first of all, when I got back, that gentleman was gone. So wish him luck in his future endeavors. But what we're going to be talking about here, guys, is what I encountered. It's hard for me to do this video without giving you guys a follow-up on what happened that I didn't take the bike in and had it done. So I did take the bike in on the Wednesday. That happened to be the same week of Daytona Bike Week. I went in there. Of course, that gentleman was gone. That young man was gone. So I met two young ladies at the service desk that wasn't able to give me a lot of information on the procedure on dropping the bike off, what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. And you guys are keeping my bike 7 for 10 days. Daytona Bike Week is here. So I just wanted to talk to somebody about the options there. Of course, like I said, the young ladies wasn't very well informed. So what I requested, they had a technician that works on the motorcycle in the back. So I requested for them to get the technician so we can have a conversation about what the procedure is. Figure maybe he can look at something and tell me whether it was a recall or not. Now, the young gentleman that was there before did look at the VIN number and said it should be one of them on the recall. But there's more intense stuff here. We'll talk a little bit about that as this video goes on. Now, as I did that video, I was directed to Cruiseman Garage, and he did videos, guys, on not only the fuel pump recall, the letter that he got, or the information he got from Honda. There was a certain amount of codes and so forth and dates that would tell us whether we was under that recall or not. But guys, I intend to, it's great when we see stuff on YouTube. As we're giving you this information, it's always up to us to do our due diligence to get the rest of the information. But the problem I had on this specific day with my local dealership, that we want to support our local businesses, but this technician was too busy to come from the back to explain to me what the procedure is. All I wanted was 3 to 5 minutes. And to be honest with you guys, I was excited about meeting this guy. I was told that this guy had decades of working on the Honda Goldwing, so I wanted to have a brief word with him. Figure he will be my resources and my contact for anything that I need to do with the motorcycle that I couldn't do. Anything to be done with the motorcycle that I couldn't do. And the fact that he was unable to come to the front and have a conversation with me. Was a little disappointing, I should say. The young lady did walk into the back reluctantly, and I had a feeling when she came back, the technician wouldn't be with her. So what I did on this specific day is I refused to leave my motorcycle, and since then I've refused to use them as my as a dealership. Now, let me also put this here: I have dealt with these people since 2012. I had an RV. I bought generators from them from the RV for the RV. When I do my oil changes and stuff, instead of ordering stuff on the internet that might be a little cheaper, I'll go there and have my filter, the ring, everything from this dealership local instead of going to Jacksonville or Gainesville or Ocala. Just to help to support the local businesses. Nothing like being able to talk to people. I know you can order stuff on Amazon, but hey. But anyway, they have lost a customer. Leave it in the comment section below if you think I was being unreasonable and asking for this technician to just come forward and give me some information. But yeah, let's move on from that, guys. So the other thing that inspired me to do this video is, now I did say I received my letter here. We're going to talk a little bit about that also. Hang on to the end of the video, guys, because I'm going to tell you an experience that I had. And maybe a lot of you guys know this, but I didn't, because I actually took the bike to Jacksonville for the dealership to check it. And it was something interesting there that you guys need to know, or maybe you already know. But again, like I said, I'm a novice in this game here. Not a letter, a comment in the comment section. And again, guys, the comment section is from the UK, and it is at user/I0. I'm going to put it up there and, on the video. But this guy said, UK here, just had a 2020 DCT fuel pump fail. Bike has 5,000 miles on it, on the clock, poor and no starting symptoms, and he said good luck. So what I thought was interesting here is that 5,000 miles, this fuel pump failed. Now we know this is not just the Honda motorcycles. I think this is a couple of the other products out there. I was told the Can-Ams, the CBR line. But it's interesting because I know folks, or we heard of, there's an older gentleman that have 100,000 miles on his Goldwing. And from 2023 to 2024, if I'm not mistaken, this guy has put 100,000 miles on the Goldwing. Have no issues. There's a lot of folks out there that's been riding all over the place, have no issues. So I'm wondering if this issue of failure is happening early in the life of the motorcycle. So what was interesting is the comment there, but what got more interesting as me and this guy has been conversing back and forth in the comment section here, is he said the recall covers, in the USA, covers the 2018 to 2024 Honda Goldwings. My dealer mentioned that the pump on my bike is also not one of the parts listed in the recall. So what I'm saying here, folks, is what I decided to do when I got the letter is to call the dealership up. I called the dealership up, and they told me, hey, we had a couple of bikes in, and they are not part of the recall. Bring the motorcycle in. We'll take the seat off. We'll look at it, and we'll tell you if you are part of that recall. So I said, hey, you know what? Good opportunity to jump on the bike, ride over a little over an hour to Jacksonville, and have the bike checked out, check my cruise control. Excited about that working again. And again, we're going to mention what I encountered when I got to the dealership. But what this gentleman is saying is that over in the UK, the 2018 to 2019 Honda Goldwings is not covered under the Honda recall. It has to be the 20 and 20 up to 24. Now, I'm going to invite you guys to go and look at the information there in the comment section on the video that I did on the fuel pump failure of the Generation 6. And this is interesting stuff here. So in the UK, now what I need to mention there is that his bike is a 2020. What the Honda dealership explained to him, the technician that's there, is even though his bike is a 2020, it came out in 2019. So he's not covered under the warranty over in the UK. Wow. That was interesting information, and it's information that he wants me to pass on, or he wants folks out there to know. So wondrous incentives for me doing this video. Now, what was interesting about that, now this gentleman also is under the extended warranty like I am. So they did cover the repairs of his bike under the Honda extended warranty. Otherwise, I was looking to see where he put it in one of the comment sections here, where I threw it out there for, I wonder what the cost would be if you had to replace it out of pocket. He did give me some numbers. I don't have it here. I'll search for it and I'll put it up if I could on the video if I could find it. The cost of replacing that pump. But I think he said in US dollars it would have been something like $1,200. So yeah, guys, we are fortunate here in the USA to have this thing covered, this recall covered from the 2018 to the 2024. Hopefully, a lot of us out there is not under the recall, but a lot of interesting things there. I wonder if the fuel pumps that fail are failing early in the life of the motorcycle. I got probably, I think, about almost 18,000 miles on mine now. Haven't had any issues. But the letter that I got from Honda here, lots of great information in here. Now, first of all, they are saying that the parts, of course, that is on back order won't be here until July. Today is May 6th. Now, I'm happy to say that for the gentleman in the UK, his pump has been rectified. They ran some tests, some pressure tests and so forth. They did claim, they did verify that it was the fuel pump. It's been replaced as of May 2nd. He said he's picking his motorcycle up. It was great customer service that he have had in the UK, so I'm happy about all of that. But on my recall, important safety recall is what it says here. And what they said is that the pumps will not be available until July. So they're letting us know that these parts are not yet readily available. So I asked the question, what if my dealership had kept the motorcycle and found out that they didn't have access to the pumps, would they still have my motorcycle? That would have been in a couple of months now that they would have my bike. Like I said, this is May. The beginning, actually, it would be in over a month. Daytona was probably about a month or so away. But no concerns because they weren't willing to talk to me as a customer. So now the other interesting thing that I'm going to talk about is as I took the bike over to Jacksonville to ride now Power Sports in, I think it's Orange Park. Well, I went to the service counter because I spoke to someone the day before that told me just bring the bike, they'll take the seat off and they'll be able to look at the codes and everything and tell if the bike is under the recall. Now, when I got there the next day, and now I'm at the counter, I'm dealing with a young lady that's there, and she was really supportive and very informative again. But what happened is that the website where she needed to pull up on the Honda website was down, so she explained to me that she can't do too many things today. But this is what was interesting. She said to me if she was able to have a technician take the seat off and look and see that the code is one of the codes of the bikes that had to be recalled, they will have to keep the motorcycle for safety reasons. I wouldn't be able to ride the motorcycle back home.
What you talking about, Willis?
I was like, well, wait a minute. How would I get back home? Of course, I would have to call Lorna to come pick me up. But what was interesting is that I never thought of that. Because of the safety being a concern of the motorcycle, or you riding the motorcycle and it stalls and something happens, once the dealership checks it, according to her, once they take the seat off and they check and they verify that the motorcycle is on recall, you got to leave the motorcycle. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. A lot of you might already be aware of that. I wasn't. But what happened since the website was down is she told me to take the seat off. I took the seat off. It was easy for me to just, I'm so used to doing stuff to the bike now. I took the seat off. She took some pictures of the codes and everything that's there. Again, the bike is all cleaned up now. I'm still doing some more stuff to make it neater with the wires not being all over the place. It would have been embarrassing to take that seat up for her to see the rat nest that's there. I could only imagine her telling the mechanics, oh, yeah, I don't want to work on this motorcycle. But yeah, I was happy. It was nice and cleaned up. She took some pictures of it. She told me Monday I can get back in touch with her to see hopefully the site is back up and she'll be able to tell me if my bike is under recall. Now, there's another dealership that when I call, they say, hey, just give me the VIN number and I'll tell you. But, you know, an excuse to take a ride on Ruby, check my cruise control, head over to Jacksonville. And again, I was going to make this video coming from Jacksonville when I left the shop. I thought a lot of this information was so important. But because of the high traffic area, I hate to try to motor vlog and instead of concentrating and being aware of the stuff that's around me. You know, MC Ryder, that's one of the things that he always talk about, not being distracted. But anyway, guys, important information here. You take that bike in and they check it. According to this dealership, they have to keep the motorcycle. Just want you guys to be aware of that. It's a safety issue. So yeah, if you want to ride your bike until they get those parts in July, you might want to wait before you have your bike checked. But again, a disclaimer, it could be a safety issue. I'm not encouraging that. And again, do your due diligence. Have a dealership check the bike out. Anyway, folks, that's my video. You know what I'm always going to say. I'm going to be getting my cones out this week and going out to a parking lot. I'm going to be practicing, first and foremost, emergency braking and swerving, and then I'm going to practice some other things out there on the cone course. Feeling a little bit rusty, but you know, at the end of the day, guys, if nothing else, practice your braking and swerving. I have encountered many situations where I can see where that will be beneficial. Add some protection to your motorcycle, guys. Get in the parking lot. Do the advanced safety classes. That you drop your bike on the cone course or in the parking lot, then crash them out there in the streets. Rich coming to you from the garage here in Lake City, and I am out. Thanks for watching.